Welcome back to Relatable Wisdom, the podcast where everyday people share the quotes that have shaped their lives, giving you daily wisdom to carry into your own journey. Today's guest is Kenneth Webb, a retired Army Lieutenant Colonel who served for 33 years, including combat deployments across 3 countries. After walking away from survival mode, Kenn moved to Peru to pursue his true calling, writing his debut psychological thriller while learning Spanish and planning his doctorate. Let's step into Kenn's world and discover the quotes that continues to guide him through reinvention and purpose. Tell us your name and what you do.
My name is Kenneth Edward Webb. I'm retired from the United States Army and from American Airlines. I did contracting with the Department of Defense for a while, but I'm currently retired in the Miraflores district of Lima, Peru, and I'm writing my first novel.
Oh,
So
congratulations.
I'm a retiree.
What's your favorite quote?
My favorite quote. Okay, let's see. I guess it would be from Confucius. Don't worry how fast you're going forward as long as you never stop moving.
Don't worry how fast you're going, as long as you never stop moving. Wow. Oh.
Don't worry about how fast you're moving forward as long as you never stop moving. Yes. A rough transliteration of it, but it's the idea that you just keep moving ahead. You don't worry if you're going as fast as everybody else.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. What are some instances, right? Doesn't matter how fast you're going, as long as you're moving in the right direction in your life.
Okay, I only understood something about my life. What is it that you're asking about my life?
So what I was saying is, what are some quotes you've had? How long has it been your motto or your favorite quote?
Okay, I guess some of my favorite quotes have been, don't worry about what other people are thinking about you. Just go ahead with whatever you're doing. Just whatever you do whatever you do to the best of your ability. I'm a Christian, and I believe in just always putting your best foot forward, doing the best you can do.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. The quote again is it just doesn't matter how fast you're moving, as long as you're moving in the right direction, just keep
Don't worry
moving.
about how fast you're moving as long as you just keep moving.
Okay.
It's from Confucius. It's a rough quote, transliteration, because of course he wrote in Chinese and it wasn't modern Chinese. But, people worry about how fast they're getting a degree or how fast they're doing something else. But, you just have to keep moving forward, doing whatever you're going to do. I retired from the U.S. Army. I did contracting with the Department of Defense for a while. Now I'm doing what I want to do. It's less strength. I'm stress. I'm writing my first novel. I'm just moving forward, and not everybody can learn at the same pace. I'm kind of a slow learner. Some people learn really quickly. I don't.
Yeah. How's the process of chasing your dreams at this age been for you?
How's it been? It's actually been very exciting. I was very depressed when I had to retire from the United States Army, and when I became a contractor, I went from being a lieutenant colonel to being like, hey, you, come here, we need this. And now, I can do whatever I want, and I want to do something, productive. So, I'm writing that book. I'm becoming fluent in Spanish. I'm preparing for my doctorate degree, but I'm doing it at my pace, doing what I want to do.
Let's take a quick pause. If you're enjoying this conversation and want more thought-provoking ideas straight to your inbox, join the Relatable Wisdom email list. It's free, quick, and filled with bite-sized insights, inspiring quotes, and behind-the-scenes reflections from our guests. Just head to relatablewisdom.com/join. That is relatablewisdom.com/join, or tap the link in the show notes. And hey, subscribing to the podcast helps more than you think, and it's free. So if you haven't already, hit that follow button wherever you're listening. All right, let's get back to the conversation. Yeah. Why do you think that we all have this objection to be loud, for the whole world to know that we we created a blog post or something like that.
What do I want the whole world to
So
think
why do you
for an
think that
objection?
we have this obsession to be loud and have the world see that we're on a podcast or we've been featured and all that instead of just showing up?
Objection to be allowed. I think that we all have a desire to want other people. We want to be important. And that if we haven't received that as a child, then we spend a lot of our lives thinking, what happened? When I grew up without a father, I grew up in a single parent home. I was raised by my grandparents, and they told my grandmother I was mildly retarded and that I would never learn how to read. So she spent an entire summer dedicating her time to teaching me how to read. That wasn't true. I wasn't retarded. I had a problem with concentration. The school was wrong. It was our education system that needed renovating, not me. And I believe that I am on the spectrum for autism. But even though they said I would never learn how to read, I have a degree in English literature. I have a master's degree in intelligence analysis, and I've written my first novel. It's being edited now. It's Trapped in Deception,
Wow.
and it's going to be available in December of 2025. So you don't have to be restricted by what the education system says you can do. We need to understand that people learn in different ways, and it doesn't mean that somebody's stupid.
Yeah, yeah. It's easy to easily say to find a reason why the system is not working and pass the blame rather than saying, okay, the system is not working because we do not know what we're doing and see how we can make things better.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, I'm really, really glad that for the support and all the what's the word? Encouragement you've had along the way, and now you're doing what you're reading, you're even writing now, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
All right.
What advice would you want to share with I know you shared your favorite quote, but what advice would you want to share with my listeners so they can just take away from the episode?
I'd want to say to keep struggling, to keep going, and don't listen to people who say you can't do something. You keep chasing your dream. You think that thing is possible, and that's just people putting boundaries on you. They said I was mildly retarded, but I have a master's degree. I retired from the Army as a lieutenant colonel. And I mean, there are people who retire as generals, so it's not like, oh, I achieved the most, but these limitations don't, what other people say doesn't put a boundary on you. It's just their personal opinion. And most of the time it's flawed by their own opinions. You can achieve what you want to achieve if you keep pushing, if you have the strength to keep pushing.
Yeah. Oh, thank you so much for sharing that lovely piece of advice.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. You just can you tell us a little bit about the books you've written?
The book I've written? Okay. The book I've written is called Trapped in Deception. Trapped, Trapped, Trapped in Deception. It's a crime novel, and it is written about a person who worked in the banking system in Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas in 2014 in December. And he fakes his own death and he escapes to Huancayo, Peru. That's Huancayo, Peru. And everybody in the novel is based on somebody I personally know. And he fakes his own death. He escapes to Huancayo and he's planning to rob the gold mines in Cajamarca, Peru. Cajamarca, Peru. And because the bank was actually gambling with illegal money that had been obtained there, they didn't contact the police immediately. They contacted a contracting agency to send out a contractor to go get that person. And it's a crime drama, and some of my favorite authors are John le Carre, who passed away in 2019, Jack Higgins, Frederick Forsyth, and I'm influenced by them. I like these psychological dramas. I don't like the action as much as I used to. I used to like more of the action like Jack Higgins. now that I'm 56 years old, I like more of the John le Carre. And I'm talking about how people are not perfect. Nobody in the novel is perfect. They all have flaws. We all have temptations. Some people are generally good and they do the right thing, but they still have flaws. It's not like Superman, everything is good. We all have flaws. We're human, and it's a psychological drama, a crime drama, and I've written it with the idea of possibly writing 3 novels, maybe 5. And it's about bringing to justice, about people learning and growing through their experiences and getting catharsis for what has happened.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, thank you so much, Kenn.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. Just wanted to know, I was, despite all along the way, people tell me that, oh, you can't do this. Oh, you don't have this. Oh, you don't even know what you're doing. Oh, this stuff is this. Oh, this. But yet you go on and you do those things, and you keep moving, and it becomes obvious that the problem or the issue wasn't you. It was more like these people had this picture in their mind, and so they created the thing that you could or could not do, and they just said it out there.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. I'm really glad that you showed up on the podcast to share your story.
All right, thank you for inviting me.
Yeah. The book you mentioned. What's the name? What's the name of the book?
The name of the book is Trapped in Deception, and you can read more about my book. I've purchased a website, and it is Kenn Webb, KENWEBB 69, which is the year I was born, 1969. So it's KennWebb69.com.
Yeah. Well,
And there I have updates from the book. I read chapters from the book, and I'll be selling the book.
and I'll be sure to put
Yes.
all the links
2 B's. Yes.
in the show notes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Kenn.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You've been listening to Relatable Wisdom, and I've been your host, Wisdom Okonkwo. You've been listening to the podcast where every story, quote, and insight helps you see life a little differently. If you enjoyed today's episode, follow the show on your favorite podcast app and share it with someone who would love the conversation. For more inspiring voices and timeless wisdom, visit relatablewisdom.com. Until next time, keep living, learning, and collecting wisdom that matters most to you.